The dawn in Asia Minor came soft and golden, spilling across the olive groves like molten bronze. The village still drowsed in the hush before work began. Only the cicadas sang their endless hymn, hidden in the cypress trees that crowned the hill above. Lucius Varian walked the path from his master's workshop, a leather satchel slung across his shoulder, its strap worn smooth by sweat and use. Inside, hidden like treasure, was a small cloth purse tied with twine. It was not heavy, barely a few denarii, but its weight to him was that of glory itself. He paused by the stone well at the edge of the village and untied the string. The coins gleamed in the new sunlight, dull silver, scratched from use, bearing the faint profile of Emperor Hadrian. He ran his thumb over the emperor's face, marveling at the cold metal's promise. His first wage. His first true earning. For months he had labored under Gaius the potter, turning clay and sweat into vessels bound for the nearby garrison. The work was hard, the pay meager, but Lucius had endured every blister and ache felt like a step toward manhood. Now, as the morning wind carried the scent of sea and dust, he felt tall, no longer the boy who'd once run barefoot after his uncle's shadow. Rome rewards the patient, his master had said when handing him the purse. Spend it wisely, Lucius. Or better, let your mother choose how to spend it. Ah, his mother. At the thought, warmth swelled in his chest, tinged with something fierce and tender. Livia Varian, his mother, his anchor, his reason for every hour of toil. He imagined her at home already awake, tending the small hearth, sweeping the clay floor, humming that old lullaby from when he was small. Lucius began the walk back, the road winding between wheat fields and olive trees. Farmers were already at work, their tunics tied high, their bronze sickles flashing. Some hailed him cheerfully, "Young Varian, you'll be richer than your uncle soon," and he smiled, though he knew their teasing. His uncle Marcus was a soldier of Rome, and Lucius, a mere apprentice. Yet in this moment, clutching his small purse, he felt prouder than any centurion. The village came into view, a scatter of whitewashed homes, a stone fountain, the faint smell of bread from the baker's hearth. Smoke curled lazily above the rooftops, touched by the golden light of early sun. He reached his door, a humble dwelling shaded by fig trees. A clay lamp still glowed faintly inside. As he stepped through the threshold, he saw her, his mother, kneeling beside the hearth, stirring a pot of barley porridge. She looked up at the sound of his steps. Her eyes, dark as riverstone, softened instantly. "Lucius," she said, her voice warm as the fire. "You're home early." He smiled, almost shy. "Master Gaius let me leave after sunrise." The pots for the cohort were finished. Her gaze flickered to his satchel. "Anne." Lucius untied the purse and poured the coins into her hand. The metal clinked softly, a bright, fragile sound. For a moment, she said nothing. Then her breath caught. She stared at the silver, as if she held a miracle. "Your first pay," she whispered. "Oh, my son." He tried to shrug, though his throat ached. "It's not much. But it's ours." She smiled, a smile that trembled between pride and tears. "Enough to light a lamp for your father's memory and perhaps to buy honey for the porridge." Lucius laughed then, the sound rich and unguarded. "Then we shall feast like patricians tonight." She reached for his cheek, thumb tracing the faint dust on his skin. "You've grown, Lucius. The gods have been kind." But as she turned to hide her tears, he noticed the faint silver in her hair and the hollowness in her cheeks. Love and guilt twined within him, love for her strength, guilt for her years of sacrifice. He whispered softly, "Mother, I'll give you more than this. I'll build a better roof, bring you olive oil from Ephesus, cloth from the city." She turned, silencing him with a look both tender and stern. "Lucius Varian," she said, "I have what I need. You. The rest, the gods may keep." Outside, the morning deepened. Birds scattered from the fig tree as the day began in full. Inside that small Roman house, mother and son sat together by the fire, barley simmering and coins gleaming like tiny suns between them. It was not wealth that made the moment sacred, but the shared warmth of earning, of belonging, of love born from hardship and gratitude.